Hello, friend computer. Sorry I missed your history stream. Is this your weekly thing? No, not really. It's more like once in a couple of months I'm able to put together a single thing. It's focusing on a singular event in history, and then we examine its background and things like that. It's not necessarily focused on Czech things either. If you check out the Discord and the public assembly channel, there is actually voting happening there right now, and it will decide what will be the content of the other history stream. So if you are interested in it, you can affect what we are gonna cover next. Currently I have 5 options there. First is Napoleonic Wars, then we have Julius Caesar, or we can have Alexander the Great, or we can have Hussite Wars, or we can have Systems Collapse Theory, Bronze Age Civilizations. And hello Super Cheese, welcome. Somebody is clearly tempted by the odds, or no, that is very welcome. Alright, let's shut down this browser source and let's take a look at the map. So this one is called, you find it, Augustus. It is called Valentia Edetorium, and it was made by a guy named GeminiS, and says start date is, he has some other updates to the map. Start date has been changed, as well as the start date of Pompey raising Valentia. Hopefully this brings more spice into your game. It is near the end of this long and very war with Iberian forces. As consul, you will set up the colony of Valentia at Edetorium for our veterans. Having the rich resources found there, the Turia River meets the Mediterranean Sea. Caesar will demand much from you. In the meantime, you will need to make big plans for your city's defense against others in power that want what your city has to offer. A warning to you, do not let years of peace and prosperity catch you unawares. Can you build your city and its defenses before Pompey tries to unseat you? Let us see if you can change history. Right? So let's take a look at it. Systems collapse theory is neat. I was studying recently failed states in the mana, and yeah, it would be a fun stream. Yeah, I agree, it is a very interesting topic. And even though we are talking about Bronze Age civilizations here, there is some uncanny resemblance to our own economic systems, at least a little bit. I think it has valid points even to this day, actually. And as we speak, even currently, like, there is research going into it, so this thing is still being researched. We still don't know for sure if anything that we found is conclusive yet, because it is a theory about not one thing causing the collapse, but rather several catastrophes concluding into a giant mess that actually ended up humanity's first attempt at basically globalization, because they had international trade on such a scale that would not be seen for a while after they ended it. So pretty interesting, I'd imagine. But also the other things are also very, very interesting. I find all of these things interesting, so that's why I picked them. I'm gonna do which one wins, so fine with either. And Super Cheese says, I have balanced the polling. Yeah, that's good. Looks like we have almost perfect amount on yes or no. Just hope that you are not disappointed. Even though the instructions clearly state that this is gonna be difficult in terms of military challenges, I'm not too sure. Like the map isn't ranked that high in terms of difficulty. I don't think there is. I think Sip played it already on the previous update, so the author might have changed it a little bit. But anyway, let's take a look at it. So it will be all the way down here. Alright, we start in 125 BC. It is an enormous province, many invasions likely. So it's not the maximum of invasions from what I can tell. Extremely hard assignment means we will get absolutely unnecessarily high salary. Win conditions, 90 culture, anti-prosperity, 100 peace, 75 favor and 15,000 people. Take a look at the map. So this is how it will look like. Looks like a mountain range in the center, a river, a bunch of fertile land, a lot of forests, and a bay there. Take a look at it. Let's pause the game. This is our entry and exit point. We do have some rocks here. Let's take a look at our raw resources. Like we have clay, marble, iron and timber. Pretty much anything we would need. Wheat, fruit, olives, vines. Right, we have everything. Absolutely everything. There's fishing as well. And let's take a look at the trade map. So we are here. Looks like Cartagonova is very cheap to open up. They would buy a bunch of pottery, 40 units. It's quite a bit. They would also buy 2 shields of oil and a bunch of vegetables, but we probably should worry about vegetables. Hey Rombik, welcome. Tarako is another land trade route. It would also buy a whole bunch of pottery, as well as some furniture and weapons. Very lucrative, these 2 trade routes, and they are quite cheap to open up. Rome is only 550 denarii. It buys a whole bunch of pottery by sea. It buys wine and grain. Capua would sell us the second type of wine for our patricians when we need it, and it will also buy oil and weapons, vegetables. Looks like plenty of opportunities for trade. We are gonna probably start with Carthago Nova, just selling pottery initially. We must take note of the caravan routes though. We don't want them to diverge too much, because that would result in inefficiencies. So the goal would be to set up our industry in such a way so that we can actually bring it over and sell it right here. That should be possible without much trouble. I think first we need to think about our first block though. So this seems like a good area to have a block in. Raw resources are clay, marble, iron and timber, everything. Absolutely everything. Farms wheat, fruit, olives, vines. And we can have fish. So 3 types of food, oil and wine locally. Yeah, absolutely everything. Alright. Innovation points, obviously everywhere that's uncovered, so each of these places. I'm pretty sure if I place my forts on this high ground, I can reach everywhere pretty comfortably. Well, maybe you'll be surprised by the difficulty. The events I'm not sure about, and the military aspect. So it might be crushing. Also, the goal is not small, and we are playing on Augustus, so health is an issue. As is everything else, levy and such. We start with 4,800 denarii. Let's take a look at our salary, 60 denarii. That's entirely unnecessary. I'm gonna switch it to 8. Let's drop taxes. Leave the pages. Okay. First block. We need to set it up somewhere where we actually have access to food. There is plenty of food here. It wouldn't be a big issue to bring water here as well. So I think we'll start with our first block here, but I am going to clear a path through this forest. Yeah, like that. And we'll start setting up our first block. So it's gonna be here. I think I would like to have it all the way there. But let's take a look at the farm space first. Yeah, looks like we can have a farm there. The extent it can go, and then we need some space for our granary. Let's get into this forest a little bit. and we want to keep it reasonable size. Again, we don't want it to be uncovered by the single set of walkers we will provide, because that would be a massive issue. We want to build as efficiently as possible. Take a look at it. I think it can handle at least one more, but then we are gonna have to cut it short like that. Fine. Let's clear some of this forest up, and we are going to build some extra houses. I think I could actually fit them on this side this time and keep this for services, because I might want to keep an entrance, but I might have a problem. I want a granary here, and that would probably disrupt the housing quite a bit. Let's let this disappear for free, and then build on this side as usual. Gonna delay the immigration a little bit once these are all filled in, but shouldn't really be a bother. We will think about water immediately, most likely, because the sooner we set it up, the less of a pain it will be to snag the aqueducts around. And we start with reasonable money, I think. So it shouldn't really be that difficult. Let's take a look. I think I might want to hug the reservoir pretty close, just so I conserve as much space as possible, because we might want another block hugging this one. Keep it like that. Clear this up. Connected, and we are gonna provide some access points. Go at the time. Let's take a look at the services. I'm going to build them where I want my granary, most likely. That would be right here. And a barber as well, or people will die. Augustus. And yeah, gonna be it for the initial block. Let's wait until people move in. Hey Ligor, welcome. Oh, it's still just chatting. Sorry for that. Gonna have to switch it up. Thanks for letting me know. I never noticed. Team information. Okay, should be fixed. Always a bother when switching streams. Okay, let's let them move in. Testing. Hey Alicita, welcome. Let's slip down the extra 2x2s when we can. Need to get the immigration as soon as possible. Looks like we already have unemployment, so I'm gonna immediately develop this industry. This is an invasion point though. We're gonna have to be at least a little careful about that. We do have some space before the farms actually start, but we might want to preserve some of this coastline because there is plentiful fish in there. So I'm not really... It wouldn't be great to just fill it completely with clay pits up to the coastline, I don't think. So we'll need... I think we'll start with 3 of them. Maybe 4. And we'll do a warehouse. Going to be... I think we can have it all the way here. cut off, that's fine. Don't want it like that. However, this is gonna be a little bit of an issue. Gonna have to split our road network. I hate doing that. This is going to accept water. Let's continue setting up our housing. Looks like some clay is making its way to the workshops, that's good. And after these guys merge, we'll water them. We are already having unemployment. So let's just add another clay pit. And a few workshops. You can always relocate them if this location proves bad. If you give clay in the map, it drops the level of difficulty significantly. Not saying that all maps with clay are trivial, just that if you give clay, you have to ramp up difficulty somewhere else. Yeah, usually how it goes. I feel like that as well. But you need to consider that with the recent Augustus health system implementation, if you don't have clay, you die. If you have like 3,000 people, the health is going to cripple you. Gonna constantly fumigate you. So, unless you get some other buffs, you might have problems. Alright, this is the entrance, this is the exit point. I think we want to trade by the exit point, most likely. Let's just clear this area up. And I'm going to slap down 2 warehouses. Fetching pottery. This one is not gonna allow traders in it. We'll require 2 fountains here anyway, so might as well do it. Okay, that should be sufficient for now. We should have more than enough labor. Yeah, we could even go with more. We need 40 units, which means that would be 10 workshops. We only have 8, so that's another clay pit we could get. I could get one here. And we'll set up workshops around here as well. Gonna require extra services, but I don't mind it. We are approaching that. That's fine. We are gonna take the bailout. Oh, I forgot about something very important. Gods. Gods are gonna curse me. Let's get some of the temples here. Gonna give them all the gods. It's fine.
You got through those funds quickly.
It's just free money.
Try to make these new funds last longer.
This is quite generous compared to what we are used to. Alright. I think I'd like to have a fort pretty soon, but probably after we get at least a year's worth of exports in. So, population. Let's take a look. Yeah, we can support quite a bit. Our carters should be getting it, right? Pottery. Are they coming? I don't think I see them anywhere, but they should. Should come in here, right? Yes, now they are coming out. Okay. Hey, Edetorium, welcome. I see you are betting on no. Very disappointing. No, I'm actually glad we have some competition. I applaud you for your confidence. I think we are gonna feed these scrubs pretty soon. Could get some pretty good insulae pretty quick. Start with a few wheat farms. I'm going to do a gap. Actually confident in your abilities, and I knew to majority with logical vote yes. Yeah, unfortunately I don't really have a good track record, I think. We lost plenty of maps before, so who knows, maybe your choice will be vindicated. And the payout will be so much worth it, right? Move this tile. I'm going to get a prefect as well as an engineer. There. I vote yes and you succeed, no profit. Yeah, I think that's a good outlook on things. Especially if you only badge a little bit, which I think is a safe call. Usually you want to save some of your capital and not put it all in one basket, so to speak. I need this freaking pottery there, but maybe I open it up and allow the traders to come here for a little bit. But the carters are gonna get it, so maybe it's better off just waiting. I'm going to set this up to accept wheat. I think I might go into debt to get military up and running. I think that would be a good thing to do. But it's gonna require me to build a barracks, which I don't really like so early. Maybe we wait a little longer. Okay, they grabbed the pottery, that's good. I might actually need a third getting warehouse, it's not super close. Good. And Cartagena would buy oil as well. Might be better to open up Taraco then, because we can make furniture or weapons here very easily. Neptune is upset, that's fine. God should be taken care of by the temples by now. One of them got pissed. Neptune is probably the best one to piss right now, because we don't have any sea assets. I'm going to cut this out. And we'll have to open up the trade route pretty soon. Taraco, open it up. Gonna export our pottery. Yeah, Caesar is upset. Fine. We have plenty of stuff to sell to them. I do have unemployment already, and we can feed the people, which will result in even more unemployment. So after we recover our investment money, I think we are going to get some other industry up and running. Would even get more pottery and just open the second route. I think that's probably the best course of action actually. Yeah, let's take a look. Play pit. And then another getting warehouse. I think I would like to get even one more. Gonna be pretty hideous. Let's get a roadblock there. Don't need to necessarily go down that path at all. Let's hope they don't spawn on this tile. Would have been horrible. Okay, let's start feeding. Gonna do 2 markets from the start. That should be enough, hopefully. Some buildings. Gonna need to probably give them some desirability, which is gonna be expensive. But hopefully we are gonna have enough money soon, with all the characters getting more. Yeah, we aren't dead. Might as well use it on the gardens then. Now we are out of that again. Gonna be yo-yoing a little bit. Fine. Okay, let's think about this. We can probably get a bunch of bridges going. Yeah, there was a path. Jesus, on top of it. That's good. Hey Zara, welcome. What's up with the ridiculous pop requirements these days? Yeah, I actually noticed that only after I started the stream, but there is a 15k population goal here. However, 15k is not that bad. The 50k was definitely over the top though. Overwhelmingly unfun. Okay, I think we will overproduce food and then get our supply post here. So let's get some extra farms. I want to keep a tile there. And there, by the coast, it's fine. Then I will need a barracks and our first fort. Where do we build our barracks? It's tedious. It's bad. It's actively bad, actually. It's not only tedious, but you need to realize, like, I got to 25k pop, and I had like 3000 unemployment, and this is Augustus. So your people will go absolutely apeshit, on top of all the other things you need to handle. So inventing jobs for them is bad, and you need to consider the map is not that big. So the map wants you to build nearby the edges, and what happens if you build near the edges, you get shreked by the freaking natives, because they are fast and they come from any number of directions on the map. The invasion points are spread all over the edges, and you just cannot handle that, so you die. So I would have to, there is a solution, I can do it. I would wait out all the attacks and then play it like a scrap, and then that would work, but I'm not going to do that because it's fundamentally unfun and very counterintuitive how the game is supposed to be played. So screw that. I'm going to get a fort immediately, screw to that. Yeah. Oh. Should be able to sell some more pottery pretty soon, hopefully. Might even require more output, actually. 8 tantrums already. Good, but I'm pretty sure on the later stages of this map we are not actually gonna get many paths. But for now it certainly looks like it. So, will they buy more? Yes. Might need even another getting warehouse. It's getting a little ridiculous, but I think this is what you need to do unless you want your caravans to be very inefficient. So another warehouse it is. Gonna need to evolve these scraps. I'm gonna do a forum. I would like to risk this. We'll see if he spawns in the outshoot. Would be very unfortunate for us. Yeah, of course he does, okay. So the only option is to have him here, really. I would like to go full plaza, but I cannot. Feels like a cheap way to artificially increase difficulty. You mean the population goal? Yeah, I mean it makes it more difficult, but not in a fun way at all. At some point you have a massive city. I had all the grand temples. I had everything you can ever imagine. Massive maximum patrician block. I had multiple grand insulae blocks, and you are just building for sake of more unemployment, basically. You cannot expand the industry, you cannot do something profitable, so you are just doing something that's actually detrimental to your city. By expanding its population, that's gonna require more services, goods, and labor to keep them not insane. So it makes it pretty bad. It's really not fun. But I'm pretty sure I can handle 15,000 without many problems. It's when I got 25,000 that I actually started to run into serious unemployment that I would have to spam. I don't actually think I had mission posts, so probably would have to spam something even worse. 77 denarii in debt, and it's November. Can I fix it? I'm gonna fix it by my own savings. Might get a little debt anyway, but gonna give this a shot. December. You got some taxes, I think. Now the merchants are probably not buying more of my stuff. Yeah, it's January. Okay, let's go into debt to open up the second trade route. It's gonna buy even more pottery, so it's gonna be good. And we should set up our furniture or weapons. So I'm going to do that. Even though it's gonna push me into debt, I have unemployment, so we need to solve it. I'm gonna do some combined industry in here. Let's loop this up. I'm going to do a middle section that's gonna be road blocked off, and let's give them services. I think this one needs to go, the last one. I'm gonna move it, and this is gonna only get 24. It's gonna accept 16. Yeah, 16, and this is gonna accept 16 furniture. And we are going to set these goods to be exported as well. It should kick in pretty soon. Yeah, I did take some of our employees, that's good. I think I'm going to do, I need to get these guys up, so let's slap Plaza down. I'm going to need to get temple spam going. So let's just expand this road. And we need to give these guys a bathhouse, otherwise they will die. I would like to get the baths in here, but I'm pretty sure it will spawn there and it's gonna ruin it, so let's not. And I think we should even give them access to water. But it's gonna require me to get another clay pit somewhere over here. Pretty sure we can have one. Right here is not bad. I will split this, I think. Now that it's this long, might actually be justified. I'm going to just keep going with this road. We'll block it off. For now we'll put this here. And let's make a connection that's gonna be road blocked. And the markets will be able to get pottery from there. Soon we should see significant money surpluses once we actually start churning out some of the other goods. Now the priority is to recover the debt we managed to get. One for this Saturday. I will want another one soon. Okay, a bunch of money. Let's get a fort. It's gonna be... I think I'm gonna get a cavalry fort. Let's get these guys an amphitheater going. And we are going to build some services for it. It might very well be here. I don't think this is gonna be very necessary. And the actor's colony, where do I build it? If I ever want to turn this into Grand Insula, I will need second type of food. So I think I don't want to spend my space on actor's colony inside the block. Instead, we should just build it somewhere like this. You know it's gonna clog up this place. I could actually connect these road networks up a bit. There. There, and we need like 3 roadblocks, because I'm gonna want an arena here eventually, I think. Okay, it's time to get another iron mine. Workshops for furniture. I'm going to just get them on this side, that's okay. They should be covered properly. Look at that. Never killed anyone. So how are these guys doing? They should actually be getting everything eventually. Might be that the pottery is still a little tight, but it's gonna equalize at some point, I believe. We are making insane money. I think I'm just going to get another fort, just to be safe. Another javelin fort right here. And then I'm gonna slap this in Plaza. Granada is full. I need these guys to evolve, so... These are complaining about desirability already, so it's reasonable. They have the reservoir after all, so I'm gonna just give them gardens as well. But we really should see some surpluses. It might be that we need yet more. I could actually ship this clay pit by 1 maybe. Yeah, we could. Could actually shift another one there if we need it. Or even here, so it's not really required, I don't think. We should be making pretty silly money. I think I actually misplaced. Yeah, I need a timber yard instead of the iron mine. You could get the weapons workshops as well though. Not a big deal. Okay, let's get a timber yard here. Going to have to expand this road network. Still hold up pretty well. Let's get weapons in here. And let's hope they can actually get pottery. I think I'm gonna keep these 2 markets on just getting food for now. Or at least I'm gonna switch 1. No, I think I'm gonna keep both of them on food. And just get a dedicated market that's gonna keep getting our stuff here. The pottery. We need this area open anyway, so might as well. Let's hope it does its job. This might not be connected actually, yeah. Gonna roadblock this off. Now they should actually go there. The next course of action. I would maybe like to even, like, there is no real reason not to make these evolve even more. But I would have to set up oil. I don't really like. Maybe we go small insulate blocks at first. Then make them better eventually. Gonna check something out real quick. Okay. I think I would like to overproduce furniture, so I can actually ship it over. Are early hospitals now worth it? They are required at some point. The population, it's last time we played, it was actually different because I gave some feedback to Augustus' team about several things. In fact, they have fixed several bugs over the past few weeks. They've managed to also rebalance things that were bad, so now the health actually makes a little more sense, even though it's still not like as I would like it, I don't think. But it's gonna get better as other features are introduced, I think. So now it's actually, the effect is a little bit more spread out, it's more gradual, so it shouldn't really hit us that hard anymore. And if we build a Grand Temple to Neptune, it's gonna give us health bonus as well, so that will definitely be a must to pick up. Since we do have unemployment, I'm gonna start getting some resources for monuments, I think. Let's just get rid of all this wood. So accept marble. Embrace still functions in after delete the adjacent trees. Yes, you didn't know that? That's totally a thing. Accept timber. Gonna need clay. Clay is gonna have to be mined somewhere else. Feels wrong to do it. It feels wrong, but it works. Very handy sometimes when you need to fit something very snugly like that. So, take a look. I'm going to expand this road. Shoot these services once more. Fish, yeah, that is fish. We can fish for the second type of food, that's what I want to do. If we want insulate, I'm gonna get that, and it would even benefit the hull situation. Gonna be great, but I need to keep space, make it happen. Okay, 2 clay beds seem like should be planted. Get a warehouse for it. Accept clay. Get this timber so we can have access. I have so much money now, I need to really get going. Gonna do 2 warehouses to get the clay. Where's clay? Here. I think we could focus on the fish. Try to get some up and running. Also, caravanserai would be insanely good here. This is not a fish spot, so it's fine. Connect that up. Roadblock it. Cannot afford a offshoot. Gonna have to do granary right here. Gonna have access like that, but going to connect it to this one. Roadblock this off. And roadblock this off. It's fine. It's gonna have access and it's gonna get covered from the road. It's gonna accept fish. I'm gonna need a beard. Problem is not really many great spots for it. I suppose I could have it here actually if I shift this farm. Maybe it can be shifted by 1. So that's a lot of space for dwarves maybe. Yeah, this might be too tight to pass through. I'm not convinced that's gonna allow ships. I think we might need to do that instead. The wharf. Should be fine. I'm not gonna risk it, I don't think. I'm gonna give it some stuff. I don't really like to give my walkers choices. They always make the worst choices. Where is the other fishing point? All the way there. I don't think these would be very effective, but it's a lot of them. So we should probably keep them. Let's see how good or bad this is. Can also do a ship's bridge. Cannot have it there. You can have it here though. It's perfectly fine. I'm gonna have a granary. I'm going to accept all the fish. Let's see if they send ships down that way. If it's connected, then good. If it's not, I can deal with it. Gonna accept fish. Gonna get it. Does the shipyard have road access? It should. Oh, I think it doesn't, actually. You are right. Let's hope it doesn't really interfere with our thing. I think we could even cheese it. No bulkers, but it still has road access. And it still gets covered. Raise the wages accordingly. What about these scraps? Water is still. This market might just be doing a terrible job at covering, but I'm pretty sure it should cover them eventually.
I want to be a lion tamer.
So monument construction should be getting going soon, hopefully. Some ships. Got some access areas through this hideous forest. Oh, Reliant Armor Man, yes. And I didn't even have to search for him. That's the best part. Okay, looks like all of them are insulated. Right. I think I'm going to set up our oil production over here. First I need furniture though, for these. So we could source it locally, I think that would be completely reasonable. But we need to do it somewhere like right here. Which means I'm gonna have to ship these services, I think. Deforestation galore in a few years before global warming catches up with them. Valentia E. Yeah, I think it's gonna be fine. Plenty of other wooded areas in the Empire, right? I'm going to roadblock this, and this is going to accept furniture. Think about our production here. I think we don't necessarily need that much. Timber yards should be plenty, most likely. It bugs me that we cannot fit it properly. Let's shift this gladiator school actually. Where do we build this hideous thing? Pretty sure there is a good area for it somewhere. This is intriguing. I think I'm just gonna slap it down there. It should still send a walker. Workshop. Furniture. Like this. Connect this up and we'll use this to connect these road networks. This is like the 5th time I'm repositioning these service buildings in this loop, but that's fine. Accept furniture, don't accept traders. This is gonna get furniture as well. So they should be also getting fish soon. Yeah, now they actually stole it. I'm gonna disable it from our soldiers though. Only grain, only gruel for our auxilia. I have no intention of feeding them anything else. More wages. Okay. Like we are getting some materials piled up, and unfortunately the clay pits are still stocking up on my workshops, so I'm gonna have to make another one. Could even get more. I think I'm gonna do it. I hope these farms won't use that network though, but it's still pretty close. So, how are we doing? Yes, they want furniture. They are gonna get it eventually. I think I would feel safer with another auxiliary unit. Fortunately, we do have the events so that we only pay money for the flooded clay pit, otherwise it would be a massive pain. It can trigger like... it can trigger 12 times a year, basically, so that can be really obnoxious. And how are we doing on the resources? We are getting some pretty good marble. I think what we are going to do is we are going to start by placing a single worker camp and architect's guild. And we are going to build a single oracle. Stretch this road then, and let's get a mausoleum there. And we are gonna also get some services. How do you want to make these? I think I'm going to just do this. This is not covered actually, I think this is gonna explode pretty soon. Just shut that off. Get them here, it's fine. Local uprising, okay. There we go. First attack is a native uprising, that's also very bad. From like map design standpoint, usually you want to give for the warning, at least for the first attack. Hello Fairby, welcome. It's not bad, I haven't had any issues so far, but then again, we really don't have that much population in the city just yet. So I'm pretty sure we might see some issues later on, if anything emerges. I'm pretty curious about the health situation, we'll see about it. It's just 6 natives. Well, at least it's very pathetic attack. Even one auxiliary unit could actually beat that without any problems, I think, even without academy training, so it's not really gonna be a big deal, I don't think. Oh, it's 7 of them. No, it's 6. Let's move to cavalry. Javelins. I think we need to grab another 3. Now I'm used to playing Switzerland without removing any trees, so it looks odd seeing just a forest like that. Yeah, I'm dividing it up into zones basically. I do not respect the maps as much as some players do. One thing is I'm a creator myself, so I really I don't like very open spaces. Like this is very flat and uninterrupted. I'm used to having to cramp things into like cliff sides and things like that. So if I see a plain like this is just, how would you call it? Sandbox, basically. So I don't really feel like I respect that because it has very little effort put into it. It's just big brush with trees, basically. That's what this is. Yes, there are some rocks and some other trees, I get that, but really, it's nothing a player should respect. I get that it kind of looks cool if you keep some trees around. And on some maps, I can totally get that it's a big challenge to not remove anything superficial that you don't need to remove. That's good. But this is not one of these maps where really not. At least I don't think. Gods are getting pissed, that's fine. You should get the oracle, yeah, it's done. 36 pottery, yeah, and the first request is over 32, of course. Absolute soul. I'm gonna stockpile it. Take a look at our yeah, we have 200. should last us for a little while. These guys will want a library. Give them the library they want. You can imagine if it looks like it would be hard to complete without removing trees. Yeah, but also not really. Because you could build blocks into it and then just remove as much as you need, so keep the trees all the way around here. That would be fine. Problem is your industry, because I needed to cut a path for my carters because the caravan is here, so I don't want to disrupt it. Where did we have the explosion? Here, alright. Going to add another prefect. Though I don't really think these ships are going to get here, so let's just remove that actually. I think it's a fun challenge for the campaign though. I recently completed lockdown without removing trees. Without removing any trees at all. Sounds insane. I definitely see that as a challenge though. Take a look at the stocks. Right, we build a mausoleum. Yeah, I don't think the ships can pass through this choke point. What I thought. So we're just gonna overfish this, that's fine. We are also kinda low on grain, since we removed that one farm or two. Going to get a few more. But I think it would be great if we could get its own services around here. We thought it would be more tricky than it was. Maybe some of the maps are not that bad in terms of how many trees there are. But on some maps there are a shit ton of trees, so it would definitely be tedious to get by without removing any. How do we manage this? This is too efficient. I need a space for my engineer. Some maps are literally impossible with it. I can definitely believe that. Just gonna slap it down here for now. It's fine. Let's go block this place off. Okay, so how are we doing on clay? No clay here just yet. Do we even have any surpluses? It just looks like clay pits are still stockpiling our workshops. Now they are maybe bringing some clay. Let's build our first grand temple. And for those who are not aware, Fairby is actually one of the Augustus development team. So say hi, and maybe even thank him for the amazing work he and his colleagues are doing for all of us. Yes, I would like to build all grand temples on this map, even the Pantheon actually. I'm going to need to build miracles. I don't really want to build miracles, but the game says yes. I could also just go ham. I have the money. We could make something pretty hideous happen, and that makes me excited. I wasn't able to play around with... Why does this explode? Oh, it doesn't have access, right. Right. Yeah, I removed something. What did I want to say? Yeah, we could make something pretty hideous happen. We haven't had the opportunity to play with Lararii for quite a while. I haven't actually tried the coding. I translated more to Swedish and tried implementing something into the game. I don't have the time for it, unfortunately. Yeah, but I think your ideas for the game are actually great. And that's also what counts, right? I think concepts are very important. And the translations are also very much appreciated, I'm sure, by the natives in the region. Okay, do we make something hideous happen? I think yes. So I have to pick up the best spot for it. Where do we do it? I think this area generally doesn't really have that much food in it. Suppose I'm glad some other people like the ideas I sometimes get. Yeah, I think I read some of them, they are pretty good. Also you have very good overview of what was discussed before, which is very handy, especially for me, since I'm not in the Discord for that long. Hey Marias Banana, welcome. And yes, indeed, we have more Season 3. And today we commit war crimes against city building. This like that. The engineers are gonna have tough time with this, I believe, because they don't really like curves like this at all. Maybe I can actually make it a little less jank for them. Maybe same with this, it's not worth it for the extra tile, I don't think. Need to learn how to upgrade houses faster. Yeah, it's pretty simple. You only need to know the evolution steps and then you can just go through the list of things they need and prepare them as necessary, which results in less time being used for just thinking about it and like fiddling around with stuff. So in general, if you watch some of my starts on the maps, you can pretty well figure out how to do the first block, and then the ones after it are pretty straightforward. You have the basic understanding, but I think you should have basic understanding of the game. Just about efficiency, right? Super Cheese is going ham with the Lararii, which is precisely what I'm doing as well. Oh, I love this. I haven't been able to do this in a while. I haven't had this much money to waste on useless things. Let's go absolute ham. It's beautiful. I'm gonna send Caesar his freaking bots. Maybe this should be nerfed in the future. I think it was already nerfed to oblivion. Let me have my fun at least once in like months. I wasn't able to do this because I always play such ball-busting maps. But here I can actually afford it for once. Let me have my dream. We ran out of pottery, but this market should get more as we speak. Oh, large casa. Okay, fish seems to be plentiful. That's great. We need these guys to evolve, so these are already complaining about desirability. These would like oil. Right. I need more people, so another block would be great. We could feed them with getting granaries, I believe. Wouldn't be that big of a pain. So let's start with block. It's 3 tiles, I'm second guessing myself. Yes. Make it the same length. It's convenient. I think this is the road tile. I'm sloppy today. Okay. I really shouldn't worry about money. Also, our salary on this map is just absolutely insane. We can afford to bribe Caesar for years. With what we have, like indefinitely keep infinite favor, never complete any requests. but I'm not gonna do that, so we did tune it down a little bit for the sake of keeping some semblance of challenge, I suppose. I think I'm going to give them another set of these eventually, but not now. We are still missing some people. And this is unstable actually. Okay. Makes me worried. I think we should switch these to get pottery as well. Not the furniture, just pottery. People are arriving. Let's deal with them. They would also love to just crunch into the ruins, so let's make sure that does not happen. And another side of houses on this flank. That's fine. We have the reservoir, but we can slap it in gardens, and then once Venus is done, they're gonna love it. So in terms of god appeasement, yeah, we should be doing pretty well, even with just 2 small temple sets. I'm going to actually replace this temple set. Build it here. We want all of them. Clear a path. It's lovely. Clear path. Yeah. My accent is not great at pronouncing paths. I played a map called Julia in weeks and can finish my problem start with second block. Now I can learn how to do it. Yeah, you need to build it or sell it, so you never have to worry about it again. Depends if you are playing on Julius or Augustus though, because Augustus actually gives you the mergers, which are pretty good. So if you don't have them, the setup would be different. Still so unstable. I just hate this. Why? I guess the market just has trouble reaching the furniture. I'm gonna enable even these to get it. Actually, I could switch this school for a market, I think. Would be better. Get everything apart from food. You have Julius. Yeah, right, so you don't have the mergers, so in that case just slap down housing and see what mergers and remove the non-mergers. Because you cannot have all houses merge option. It sucks, but that's what it is. Need to deal with it. One of the reasons Augustus is pretty neat, even for people who actually don't like all the features of it. Just the convenience factor is immense. $3,000 population, more than anything, this tells me that people will die of disease soon. Going back to Julius from Augustus is hard, seeing Julius now feels so odd to me. Yeah, I cannot go back. My crutches are fused to my arms at this point. I just cannot go back, ever. I tried and it was not good. there's plenty of salt involved. Makes me... I'm gonna also use a command. Alright, everything seems to be working well. Apart from the marble, we could actually use a bunch more of it. So we could mine more rocks. I think that would be fine. Just connect this up and exploit this. Oh, I have to get Augustus then. You would have to get it for the mergers, because the mergers, Julius actually works differently, so if I was to explain that real quick, I think I'm gonna actually do it for you if you are not aware how mergers work. So when you place down housing, you can place it in 1 by 1s, right? So this would be 2 by 2 and this would be 1 by 1 squares. And each house can be a small tent, which is 1 by 1, or a large tent, which is 2 by 2. It's still same kind of housing, so it's a small tent, but it merges into one entity. And how the game actually calculates entities in terms of goods consumption is it takes how many houses has the market lady passed and distributed the goods to. And even if it is just 1 by 1 house, it will take the same amount of pottery, furniture, or oil, or wine as the other kinds of houses. So it's much better to have larger houses if you intend to give them any goods. Problem is, Augustus also introduces a whole bunch of other mechanics like the sentiment and health issues. So you need to be learning a lot when you get into it for the first time, because it's gonna punch you right when it hurts. Julius players usually are used to manipulating the city sentiment and taxing the shit out of people with just minimal effort, while in Julius it's actually not possible. Yes, and levy, which is you pay costs monthly, like upkeep, for each religious building in your city, as well as military structures. So in this case, this fort, for example, pays 8 denarii per month levy, which means in a single year, this fort will actually cost you 96 denarii. And if you have 6 forts, that can add up pretty quick, as you can imagine, like 600 just evaporating from forts each year. That can cut into your profits significantly. So there are other things to fix that up, but it's always gonna be more difficult economically. You just need to optimize, but it gives you so many nice tools to do it. So not everybody loves Augustus, I get that, but for me it's just a no-brainer. I'm not gonna come back to Julius, I don't think, ever. Yeah, if you need more information, I could tell you more in Discord if you wish later, but in scope of this stream I don't think we should delve into it too much. Yes, I did Fairbuy. I did play it quite a bit and quite badly. I managed to get Caesar to invade me in the very first tutorial mission when I was a kid, which is quite the achievement. I treasure it to this day. Alright, gonna have to do 2 fountains anyway, so let's get that one going. These guys will merge, so let's get them things. And next up, we are going to have to get granaries, so let's set them up. It's going to be... I'm gonna want to give them fish as well. Get 4. Do you play it in English then? I can't see any Czech language files. I would swear that there was a Czech version, like on the CD. It came out in Czech Republic. I'm pretty sure it was translated on release here. But I cannot verify it for you because I just don't remember. It has been quite a while. Let's get these to get grain, these to get fish. And I'm going to have to expand our economy, but for now this seems sufficient. going to give them a theater, school, and let's give them a bathhouse immediately. I don't want them to die from disease. We should also give them gardens on this side because they hate where they exist. And also center. I could give statues, but I just want the slap down things. Thefts, right. The tents, that's gonna get better. Interesting, it would be fun to find them. Quite a lot of languages were supported and more pop up now and then. If there are such files, then Julius would be in check, but Augustus would have to be translated. Hint hint, right? Yeah, I could do the translations, I could totally do them. But there is nothing to gain for me. No, I'm not like a greedy person or anything like that, but since I'm not streaming in Czech, I have very little incentive to do it. Apart from like several people who are interested in Caesar, who I know of. I would have to be persuaded to do it, because it's a lot of work and I have a lot of my plate already. Running my job and all that, and on top of it, just other things I do. Stream a lot and also do some maps and other things, so I would have to be convinced. I'm pretty sure there was no translation available back then. I played in English as well. Actually, this game is how I started learning English, a wee boy. Yeah, I think it very well might be the same case then for me. I was very little, so I'm not sure. But it would make sense that I had to learn some words, and then that resulted in me just naturally inclining towards learning more. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there could be some other people who would do it. But who knows, maybe at some point when I don't have that much stuff going on, I might give it a shot. Just like translate some things each day, and then naturally over the course of several months I would be able to translate everything. But I really think that Czech people should learn English, so I think it's good for them. They should do it. For Latin translation, yeah, Super Cheese could do it himself. He is a Latin speaker, but I don't know if many people would play with that. They tried implementing Roman numbers, but they for the game, yeah. Can imagine. Marble. I'm gonna do the marble now. We have enough workforce to do it. I don't want to block my exit point though, so let's be careful. This is very bad. I don't want to stretch them, but it's just one tile. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be just fine, right? Definitely not gonna result in horribly backfiring on me. Especially the warehouse connections. I hope that it's indeed fixed. MMMCCLBI Denari. Yeah, tell me what that is. That was a nightmare, I can imagine. I can only imagine, and I'm glad it's not like that at all. I had to fiddle around with the screen size a little bit. It looks like OBS did not get affected by it. Good. Alright, I'm gonna have to expand this, and I don't really want to. We want to save some spots for more fishing. I think we do. So I think it would be beneficial to somehow make our engineer here, but I just cannot. I think this is the extent we want this to go. More of it's gonna be getting, I think. So how do we get an engineer in this hideous place? I think I could do that and then have an engineer here. It's gonna be okay. In terms of these farms, actually these are both covered by that. So if we scratch this, it's gonna be just fine if we do this. It's not gonna be pretty, it's gonna block some of the farmland, but it's gonna be pretty good. Best we can do, I dare to say. So I don't think we can get more fish in here. I could get them here, but this is really contested. Apart from this bank. Maybe we do that actually. This bank looks safe. Another farm by the mountain. If you place another market by the mountain, an engineer could fit beside it, where another farm won't fit. You mean right here? Or here? We have that, and then we have that. That's 3 tiles, right? Gotta check it out. We have the money, so even if I build something, I think these two actually fit snugly. And yeah, then we would have a farm like that. But I'm gonna want to give these a separate road network. Yeah, it is deceiving. Sometimes this rock, especially this skin, it just looks weird, but this is accessible. This is buildable terrain. Okay, what about these crabs? I'm gonna feed them, because they are absolutely rioting. Let's get 3 of these. I'm going to get... let's take a look at this. I am going to get a warehouse and another warehouse. This is gonna get for pottery, okay. I think 16 pieces should be plenty. This is gonna get furniture. 16 should be plenty. And I am going to actually cut this off with a roadblock. I also need oil. We have some unemployment, so we should focus on it. Just take a look at dwarves first, I think. Yeah, let's try to slip some down. I think that's inaccessible, so let's not bother with that. Try to keep that working, so let's get a prefect there. I'm gonna get this one. Yeah, I think these two should be covering it pretty well. I hope nothing collapses. It's possible it will, but let's hope it doesn't. Also, these guys are struggling to get food now, since the markets are actually getting multiple things, I think. Yeah, I don't think this should get pottery at all, it should just get food. Concentrate on that and it's gonna be fine. Might be some merit to enabling everything in each of them. I think that might actually work out better. I just cannot fit another market in here reasonably. Right, oil. Let's take a look at it. Olives. Yeah. I don't really want to like stretch the Cartes route. If I can help it, I'm gonna do that. I think 4 workshops for oil for now are going to be plenty. We can expand it a little later if we really want to. And let's get this connection going. I'm pretty sure I won't need this wharf. And probably roadblock this off as well. This is going to accept oil. You could make more money from exporting stuff, but it's really unnecessary at this point. Markets are just doing shenanigans. I'm gonna enable them all, I think. Get everything. Apart from wine, if ever that becomes a thing. I think I might want to get rid of Mercury, just get another market in here. I'm not sure Mercury's blessing is gonna be worth it on this map specifically. I'm gonna have to build his temple though, because otherwise he's gonna get pissed. And these guys are gonna riot a little bit until we feed them all. Get an amphitheater. Pretty sure we are gonna have to get Actors Colony and Gladiator School. Maybe this will actually reach them. Try to make a connection. Gladiator School right here. These are infuriating. I'm hoping the markets are gonna solve it now. What about the military? I could get another forge. Let's just get it. So Temple to Venus is getting built, it just takes ages, that's fine. Price rise on weapons? Yeah, we needed more money definitely. Freaking tense. Dinner is done. I'm gonna pick it up later. I don't think I'm hungry yet. But thanks for letting me know. Okay, we are getting some insula here. Gonna add a forum. It's a little risky, but pretty sure we can handle it. Okay, now they are evolving again. That's good. I'm gonna have to give them an arena. Let's do it. For these guys as well. They will want a library. And they should become Grand Insula pretty soon. I think 2 markets might be wishful thinking. Let's get a third one. Because these are just not getting fed at all. They are devolving because people need to fetch basic things, or they fetch the more complex things as they should. So the oil is getting here at least, that's good. These guys are complaining about desirability. It's also fine. I can also slap down. Could even do trees, I guess. What's this biome like? I think oaks, brickshot pines. Pines are looking like the natural trees. But it's gonna block off pathing. I'm gonna do gardens just to preserve that aspect. And in here it's time to add the extra timber yard as well as the workshops. In terms of pottery, I think we would benefit from getting a workshop or 2. Need to overproduce the pottery since we are getting a lot of it to sell all the time. Now, yeah, we have all the things we would ever need. Let's get work camp and another architect. Speed up the construction process. I'm gonna do another one, I think. Do have plenty of labor to support this now. Architect. I think another large mausoleum would be good. And even an oracle. People are just absolutely hating stuff. I think I'm gonna get this warehouse to accept 8 weapons as well. To stockpile enough for Caesar. Yeah, there's a rat. Come on, just feed them. What's the big problem here? You freaks, oh my god. Food. Maybe that's gonna help it. Somehow they are struggling to keep even getting them food with 3 markets. It's really bad. Cannot tell. Gonna have to get them another one. I think we are gonna do it instead of this Mercury temple. It's very close to granaries. Mercury has to be confined in his own place. Very unstable blocks, I actually don't like this. Once the Grand Temple to Venus is done, we'll be good. Let's get to provide entertainment epithet. And the beautification is gonna help it as well. Now they have food. Yeah, everything's gonna get better. What about these guys? Still complaining. I am going to give them statues in the middle. They might have invited, yes. And the cats. The cats are always invited, even if you don't really want to. Ah! I made a bummer. I removed my freaking aqueduct. Yeah. Fortunately, the devolutions really take a bit to kick in, so nothing major. Also, we blocked this off, which is not good for future expansion of the aqueduct network, really. Why is this guy upset? He does not like things anymore. Okay, I'm gonna give him a medium statue here, it might help him out. And I could even give him some beautiful Lararii. He absolutely loves it. Okay. I don't suppose, no. But pretty sure a medium statue could fit in here and still reach him. It is going to block off stuff. Yeah. Right. This is our first Grand Insular block. Looks fairly stable, but the food is not great. You can see right there. So getting even more farms would actually be beneficial for us. I'm gonna cram in these and then use the other ones for getting, most likely. This is gonna be a little unstable for now. Gonna get better soon though. And we should get another warehouse. Just remove this. Entirely unnecessary. I'm gonna get a warehouse that's gonna get oil. Gonna have to... this is bad. I don't really want to fiddle around with that, but I can roadblock that off. Get oil. 16 units. If you get Venus Grand Temple built, the desirability should be solved. Yeah, we do have it already. It's done, right? With the epithet. It's just they even want it more because there is arena and reservoir. So Grand Insula want quite a bit. If you build stuff around them, usually they will complain. So even if you have plaza and gardens, they still want it more. I was not having any of it in terms of building my other stuff. Some were actually reasonable. Let's get oil workshops. Alright, fish is not looking stellar. I'm gonna remove that. We'll move with our fishing industry to here. Okay, wharves galore. I'm going to actually build a shipyard right here. Let's connect this to this road network. It's fine. They are gonna be a little inefficient, but every bit of fish we can bring there is good. I could also just replace one of the farms, but I don't really think that's a great idea, necessarily. What about this island? It's intriguing. Bridge, yes. Well, we can maybe have something here then. Can we connect to the other bank as well? Yes, we can, maybe. Yes, we can do it here and still have a wharf there. Gonna block one, but... is this gonna work? Yes, I think it will. I still cannot have a granary there, so I'm just gonna remove one from these, that's fine. Gonna have to be roadblocked off. Don't want to break my stuff. Good. Okay, the granary is bad. I might have to shift to this farm then. If it's here, it's fine, right? No. Still very bad to have that. How am I going to build this? I'm pretty sure there is a way. Build this and not interfere with my stuff too much. I could have it here. And then... No, that's 3 tiles. Yeah, it's not gonna work. I would have to sacrifice 2 farms for this. Unless I do this farm. It's getting really out there in terms of efficiency, I'm sure. Yeah, that's bad. Just to fiddle around with this. What was that? Engineer? Here. Granary right here. Can be connected just for the sake of accessing other parts. Wheat. Okay. I might have destroyed 2 farms for it, but it's gonna work, right? It's gonna bring in much more food. And it's also gonna connect to this hideous bridge. Okay, let's remove it. Cannot have that. Many turns, so I'm gonna get another prefect just to be safe. Except that I could get more wheat over here, so you're gonna get it. I think I would like to get our granary for getting here. Gonna be like that. Take a look at the farms. Can have one there. It's gonna block up this route a little bit. Fine. Yeah, I think we need to shift this road a little bit if we want to ever get that fishing down there. Gonna need a space in here anyway, so might as well do it like this. This is gonna accept. This is gonna get, I think. But it might result in some... Yeah, I still can place down more. We should just do it. Fishing. Let's connect this up. Gonna be pretty bad in terms of road layout. But my hope is it's gonna work. Gonna probably get like 2 in here just to make sure. Should still be reasonably close. Okay, let's send the weapons. We're going to have to switch this to accepting, or rather getting, I think. No, let's just accept. And I could get another getting granary for these if this becomes unstable ever. I think this is not very good, since the market ladies can now access this. That's maybe what's causing the devolutions. I think that's it. So if you want to split it, share my look denim in your completed cities channel just now. That's great, I'm gonna check it out. Always interested in other people's creations. I expect some opinions. I'm not mean though, but I think it's bound to be pretty good. I think if we didn't remove any trees, it must have been quite a challenge. Let's get an actress colony. Somewhere where. Would this work? I could actually get it instead of this one workshop. Yeah, let's get it there. It's not impacting anything. So we did cut this, which is good for us. Now it's bound to stabilize a little bit. We should also be getting plenty more fish. Oil is not looking great. Only because we are ferrying some of it over here. So the Grand Temple is done, right? I need to do something else with our stuff. So let's get another Grand Temple. It's gonna be Neptune. It's unfortunate, but we can work with this. I think I could shift this road a little bit. Nothing impressive really, but it forced me to build strange blocks, which is a lot of fun. Yeah. That's what people don't actually realize. The reason my maps are so mean in terms of rocks and cliffs and terrain in general is because I want you to be forced to build unusual things. That's why these maps like this, the problem is I'm not that sort of person that would say like, okay, let's put a mandatory restriction, and even though I can totally like crash this and build very efficiently, I'm gonna not do that. I need the map to force me to not be able to do it in order to not do it, if that makes any sense. But that might just be me. I think it's not as bad in other games. I think in Stronghold I can put up with many challenges and it's quite fun. But here in Caesar specifically, just this game scratches that little efficiency itch. So if I go directly against it, it's gonna take most of my enjoyment of the game, I think. Yeah. I like challenges in many games, but Caesar is a game where I need to be forced to do it. I cannot like impose self-inflicted mutilation without feeling really bad about it. Ancient Terra, yeah, I crushed it. It's the island map that GeminiS played, right? Yeah, but I was building pretty standard shapes for the most part, I think. And the economy isn't really that bad. I also exploited the shit out of the entrance though. Mining wise, because I couldn't have been bothered with the mountain range, but now it's fixed. I played it quite a while ago just to see if I can crush it, since I saw some other people having big trouble with it, which was very unusual. But I do think Zach actually builds for visual appeal more than anything else, which is just an immense heresy to me, but I'm gonna be tolerant and nice and say it's good. Good variety of things, as it should be. I think, yeah, this road is connected, right? So these are gonna evolve eventually. I think they have everything. Even forum, right? So people love us, very pleased, but they are unemployed, so we shouldn't really push them, I don't think. Money is totally fine even without patricians. And the employment amount makes me think patricians. Where would we get patricians? I think here. Right? Yeah, it isn't that big of a deal to ferry food to patricians, because they don't really eat that much. But I would like to get like a massive patrician block on this map. Hello Jake, welcome. And Fino, welcome. Let's take a look at our housing advisor. Yeah, it looks like the city is almost completely full. We still need like triple. Yeah, Jake mentions this. Because, you know, Jake, Kerry actually took some of our impressions to mind and nerfed the shit out of the Lararium building. And it makes me very sad. So glad I found your stream. Yeah, so glad you can be here with us. It's great. If you like games like Stronghold or Caesar, you are in the right place. So yeah, Kerry nerfed the shit out of Lararium, and it makes me really sad because this is the only map in months that I was able to just go absolute ham because they are so expensive. It's not worth it at all. I just like to do it. It's so hideous. I love it. Which makes me think I should do more of this actually once we actually like figure out where we want our blocks. I'm gonna make this map super heresy in terms of looks. Yeah, let's cut some of these trees. This road is also hideous. Let's get rid of it. I think this is an invasion point, but we should be able to get there in time if the need arises. So these guys should get their stuff as well pretty soon. Fish might be a slight problem. Like wheat is fine, but fish really isn't. I might actually get third granary for fish. Thinking about it, but I'm gonna see if it is enough and yeah, they are already looking for a different sort of food. So is there a cart? Yeah, I'm gonna have to get another granary. There's just no other way around that, so might as well rip off the band-aid and do it. It's gonna take a lot of space. Get fish, and I'm gonna actually remove this offshoot. We don't have a need for it. We could even get another house in here. I don't really think we need it though. Pottery is not looking great. We are selling a bunch of it. I think I'm going to get just an accepting warehouse for pottery right around here. And then don't allow traders in here. I don't want the caravans to go here. Raw materials, clay pits. I'm going to drop some of these. Just a little extra. Gods are still happy. That's good. So let's do the Grand Temple construction. Yeah, it should progress pretty quickly with what we have here. I could even consider more marble actually. I think that's our main choke point in terms of monument construction, and since we are intending to build them all, we might as well. Where is the marble quarry? This little boring. You can switch them around like this. Okay. So if we connect this, it's not gonna work too well, I don't think. However, if we do a connection there, a road block, not plaza, a road block right there and there, and then connect this up, it should actually work. fairly well. It's fairly close to the warehouse, and marble is actually producing slowly than the rest of the raw resources in this game, so it shouldn't really be that big of a problem for us. Fino asks, how long did it take you to find the perfect housing setup for your cities? It's not really perfect, I don't think. But it all depends on your Volker range, so when you figure out how long you want your block to be, you can actually go into like any random city and then test it out. Because what you want is actually, you want to have only one set of Volkers in the entire loop, because that way they actually go all the way around. And how it works is not like straightforward, but instead if you build something like this, then important thing is you can fit two houses beside each other, and usually you want to have two tiles in the middle. So in this case I would want to expand this by one tile, like this. And in terms of length, it's actually, how it works is, if there is a prefect and he goes around and he goes and goes and goes and reaches this point and then realizes, oh, I need to go back, he does not go the same way, but instead, oh, this is shorter, so he comes this way and covers the whole thing. So that's how it works. So you want to keep it so that he does that, and that's like, it takes some fine tuning, but I just have an eye for it at this point. I don't even like count the length, I just do it from experience, I'd say. And then, yeah, you are good to go when that happens. Might take some testing, fooling about, but eventually you should be able to get it. Yeah, I hope it is at least somewhat useful. So these guys, they hate where they live, right? Not all of them. This guy just hates the arena. I could get him a statue, I think. Or, yeah, we could even relocate the arena actually, but I don't think that's a very good idea. I'm just gonna get them a statue, I think. On this side should be fine, maybe? Yes. Take a look. Third stage. And marble should be getting absolutely ludicrous. Let's get another warehouse for it. Never can have enough marble when you are constructing all the monuments. So in terms of unemployment, we actually don't have like insane amount just yet. Take a look at our housing advisor. Yeah, city is also almost full. So we'll wait until these guys evolve. It's like they are lacking something. It might be oil. No, second type of food, right. So the fish should get there eventually. I think. Yeah, we are overloaded on grain actually. But fish is a little bit tight still. So we could add wharves here. And I'm pretty sure I don't need this farm at all. So that would be helpful. Just get another granary to get from. Yes, and even add this. Get a granary there. Destroy this tile. Prefect and an engineer. There. It's gonna accept fish. Not get, accept. And I think this is missing something. Just a touch of hideousness. I think that's what this needs. But we are gonna keep an access point through here, I think. Yeah. One thing I really like with Augustus is that the granary roads make sense now. You can actually use them as intersections. Yeah, it's great. I would totally recommend Augustus for everyone, especially the people who are just getting into the game, actually, because it makes even more sense for them to get it. It's just so many quality of life things. The only reason we would even play Julius at this point would probably be if you are like heavy nostalgia guy or you have very serious hardware problems and you just cannot run it. So, fish. Let's hope they can do it. I'm pretty sure they can, it's just a matter of time. Could even fish this now. I might need another block in order to make our patricians happen. Yeah, I think that might be the case. It's fine, we can get another block pretty easily. I don't want to get stuff though. But maybe if we add more getting and just connect this to another block, it will actually work. I'm gonna give it a shot. It's gonna be close to my Lararia. It's not great, I wanted to save this space for something else. But our Grand Temples can be here. Actually could even mine more marble, but that seems a little bit insane, so let's not do it. We already have quite a few quarries. Right, we are gonna need water. I'm gonna give them a reservoir right there. Actually, the Neptune Temple would help with that, I think. Yeah, it's almost done. Why don't we wait on it a little bit? Wouldn't hurt. After this is done, I'm gonna get a Ceres Temple. I think we want just a gap through for garters, because these are pretty chunky. The fish is getting here. I'm gonna even add more. Looks like that's our choke point basically. Just need more fish in order to support all Grand Insulae. It's gonna be great for our city's health as well as sentiment and taxation. So there is really no reason to not do it. Unless you want to suffer. Get another prefect, I'm not trusting this guy. Yeah, and I'm gonna cut this in half, I think. Even another granary. I'm gonna need it anyway later, so you might as well just get it. Just get fish. And I'm going to add more services to this, which means I'm going to have to cut this in half in terms of road networks, I think. So it each has its own dedicated set of services, because the granaries can get pretty confusing for the walkers. Yeah, getting more Grand Insulae, that's good. Hopefully this will be done soon. I need to see the reservoir range before I build it, I think. But money is silly now, I just don't think I will ever need more. Only problem might be like a savage attack that could happen. A really tough one. Yeah, let's speed it up a little. 5th stage. They are already constructing the 2nd one, that's great. Grand Temple is done, let's pick the epithet. Of course it's gonna be this, why would we even consider chariots of all things? Spawn from there. Right. I still think it should be center, but maybe we do it differently this time. 3 towels. I'm gonna copy the basic design, since we know it works. gonna be a little awkward. I can always cut back on the letter AI a little bit. And let's get some of our services. I'm going to have to create a road connection through here, which is going to be pretty hideous, I think. Yeah, let's just get these guys here. If you have any ideas of what else that Grand Temple could do except chariots, I think they are pretty open to ideas. It was discussed quite a lot, but Neptune was hard to go to think of epithets for. Yeah, I can think of something. For sure. Not sure if it's gonna be embraced, but I can always think of more goodies. The chariots definitely seem like a massive nope. It's not even a consideration, which I think the epithets should give you at least a thought, like the Venus Temple actually is a thing that is considered usually. While, yeah, the chariots are not really a thing. Super Cheese could maybe think of something. He has been known to know about Romans and their quirks quite a bit. Also, dabble a little. Is this excessive amount of road? No, I don't think so. Let's make it hideous. And even here. Markets. That one unfortunately cannot fit. I'm gonna probably make this... Oh, we shouldn't really make it into 3x3 because there is this road tile. Yeah, I'm gonna set up the reservoir. Take a look at it. This is completely fine, I can have it like this. But I really don't want to. I'm gonna keep it like that. Yeah, not even using that blessing. But main thing is the population capacity and the city health for Neptune. Let's get some connections going. Gonna have to wait on them to move in, and then we will water them. Then we can garden them. So this one reaches all the way there. Yeah, we can water them with 2 fountains now. Pretty good. Let's get gardens. Do it. I think they need guards still. Do it. The Mercury was a little superficial, but that's fine. Let's get them all the things they would ever need. Gonna keep a tile space there for access. Bad place. Let's give them bathhouse, otherwise they will die. What else do they want? Nothing really, I don't think. Should be fine. What about the oil? Seems sufficient. What about the fish? Still not looking great, I would say. Just gonna make sure you always have surplus, that's fine. And they will of course need a forum be functioning members of society. You never escape taxes. Contaminated water, okay. So this is the first time we see it, but it is definitely present on the map. That might result in some unfortunate circumstances, but fortunately we do feed them 2 types of food, and we should be good in terms of health, I think. We could even give them hospitals, but I don't really think it's necessary. So these guys, right, they will want gardens. Give them gardens. And they might even want some other stuff. I'm pretty sure they will whine about eventually. Minus 5% denarii on pottery, wow. That's crushing, please no. No more. Joking, of course, it's not like we really are impacted by that at all. 5 denarii is very inconsequential change. Yeah, that's already it does actually, because even if you build it, you do get that +5 global health. So that helps immensely in offsetting some of the malice from getting more people in the city. So it already sort of does that. It could be even more powerful, but I think the Grand Temple to Neptune is actually already immensely powerful. It needs to be something subtle, I think. Like, what I would actually like is if Mercury gave benefit to contaminated water events not being that big of a deal, just justify it as clears the warehouses of rats or something like that, and then make Mercury actually a viable thing, because Mercury is definitely not a viable thing in most maps. Here I can pull it off because this map is just something, but on a challenging map I would not be able to build it. Okay, these guys need something. And it's a little bit unstable. Can't say I like it. I'm gonna get another market. Help them out a little bit. Might do the same for these guys as well. I think we should give them a statue somewhere. Maybe not. And with the amount of unemployment, we should think about patricians. We're gonna build them absolutely huge setup, I think. Let's start with statues. I'm going to want to keep some distance from there. I think this should be good. Might be slightly too... no, it's fine. It's not even that close, I don't think. And we are going to get even more bad people this side. Maybe we can get one here? No, not really. Best saved just for our other stuff. Get a reservoir. We might need to take a look at Fountain Ranch. Yeah, it would be in the road. However, I could fit one there instead of this statue. I think that's actually a good idea. It will only need access from one side then. So center can be replaced. Then fountains. I'm gonna have to do triple, probably. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Let's get them all. I'm gonna skimp on water, of all things. Right. Slap this in Hideous Plaza. Let's get engineers going. I'm going to want to build a network of granaries that are going to be just getting insane amount of things here, so let's just build on the corner here, I think. I'm actually try to get some of these into the places where there is a statue. It slightly offsets that. Get the goats. I can start with placing our beloved patricians. Start setting up our getting stuff. It's gonna be quite extensive. Get grain, fish, and let's take a look. I'm gonna set these two to get fruits. I'm gonna set up a small fruit farm. These freaking sheep, I'm gonna kill them. Okay, return to forge. We are also gonna have to set up a winery. That's fine. Fruits. Let's get a granary. Did you notice that they added so that sheep move away if you try to place something over them? No, I didn't. Sounds kinda good. And Fairby has redeemed ancient or medieval era historical fact. Good. And I'm gonna answer to best of my ability. And you can of course discuss things. I'm always looking forward to be enriched by more information as well. Because I of course do not know everything, not by far, but I'm always willing to share what I do know. Get some warehouses. Get pottery. Should get full amount, I think. Going to get oil. So will you say some fact or should I ask something? I could do a random one for you. Or you could ask for something specific, which is always better. But it's up to you. I'm not going to hold that against you. If you wish to just hear something random, just might have to think of something which might take a while. Many things are interesting, but sometimes it's really hard to think of something on the fly, so we'll see. Let's get some binaries going. This might be an overkill, but I'd like to give them a tavern as well. But actually, yeah, I think we can get a warehouse going to be like this. Going to be connected to this. Make this a loopity loop. Roadblock, roadblock. Some things. This is going to accept wine. That is it. What about some check fact? I've been to Prague before, but it was many years ago. It actually reminded me of, I think Prague was actually sacked and partially burned by Swedish army at least one point in our history. I think it was during your Karelian period, but I'm not going to hold that against you. Yeah, some checked facts. We have plenty of rich history, even though it hasn't really been easy because we are not the greatest and largest country there is, and we have many rapacious neighbors, so you are usually under someone's heel. There was a brief period when we were actually self-sufficient, and even one of our greatest kings, Wenceslas, actually became, or Charles IV, has became the emperor of the Holy Roman Empire, and he was pretty popular. He also did many projects, especially in Prague, where he built several things, including a giant university, a big stone bridge over Vltava River, and a new castle, several new quarters in the city, where he actually settled Italians and some other people. Yeah, but you belong to the Holy Roman Empire then. I didn't burn anything in Prague, I promise. Yeah. I think it's fine. I think people from Scandinavia that I actually encountered here usually are all about alcohol, and they are overwhelmingly positive. I never encountered someone rude, but I'm pretty sure there are rude Scandinavians, but just haven't encountered any. And I'm back from work, says Morskull. Great. Great to have you back. Even though you missed part of the history stream, it's not that important. I don't think you know most of that. And if you don't, you can always check the VOD. It's very short, it's just under an hour, so shouldn't really be a problem. Alright, let's start getting these people some services, I think. There are actually no people yet, but there will be. Of course there are rude ones, but the worst ones don't tend to watch the kind of games you play. Yeah, maybe that's why I haven't encountered any rude ones. But I mean, even physically speaking, I have talked to at least like 12 people, 15 people from Scandinavia during my time at work usually, and never have I encountered someone rude. Even when they were drunk actually, but I know they can be. I've heard some pretty bad shit, but never encountered it personally, so that would be a prejudice, right? Start playing Counter-Strike though, it will be a different matter, yeah. Very agitated Swedish shrieking noise is slightly audible in the background. No, not really. I never played Counter-Strike on stream, and I never plan to, and I never played Global Offensive. I played a little bit of it when I was a wee boy, and I played 1.6. Not much interest in it from that point on though. Cannot really say that's my cup of tea at all. I am going to have to build a freaking hippodrome. Alright, let's take a look at it. I think I would like it to be here. And just roadblock the shit out of this side road. It's totally possible. Let's do it. You prefer Battlefield 3, alright. Morkalp says, it was still fun to hear it presented. It's one thing to read about a topic, but quite another to hear it presented through the eyes of someone else with a different perspective. Yes, totally. I'm still Czech, so there might be some bias, I think. But I tried to be as true to the facts as possible. But still, the outlook on some of the characters and things like that might be a little bit one-sided, maybe? Especially the aftermath, because I don't really like communism at all, so... But that goes for most people here, like, we experienced it for a long time, we are behind the Iron Curtain, so... there are not great many things I can say positively about that. Yeah, it's part of being a human. If you want to remove it all, you would cease to become one, effectively. But trying to keep it at minimum while trying to inform people about something is also important. At least I think. Need to get a tavern there. Library. Just get everything set up for these guys to move in. Also, I forgot about something very important. I'm gonna have to scrap these 3. Put them on this side. And I'm going to have to give them markets. And I wanted something else, 3x3, right? Not really. Yeah, market, exactly. Harass banana, you noticed it. That was what was missing. Since you are Czech, have you played Kingdom Come Deliverance? Of course I played it. On the hardest hardcore difficulty, of course. Won it like 2 times. It's actually one of the long plays that's possible if it ever wins a vote. It has been doing really bad in votes thus far. I'm pretty sure it's gonna make it one day. It's gonna be glorious. And I'm not gonna be a bad Henry, as some people tend to do that. Yeah, it is a great game. Library, yeah, we do have library. It is right here. It's just different in Augustus. This is unevolved. Yeah, it's probably not the hardest because it actually came out after the game was released, the hardcore mode. No, not a problem, Mario's Banana. I'm always looking forward to tips. I miss things all the time, so don't feel bad at all. It's just looking different. You couldn't have known if you don't play Augustus. This is how it looks like in Augustus, if it is not evolved. If you surround it with desirability stuff, it is going to be bigger and it's gonna look like the Julius one, which you are used to. I'm a little curious trying to play as pacifist. Not sure if it's possible. I don't think it's possible. You need to kill people in that game, unfortunately. I think that, no, there are no non-lethal weapons. There are no non-lethal takedowns, I think. But still, you cannot do that because sometimes you are shoehorned into combat. So you would have to run around and let your allies kill them, but that doesn't work usually because people can actually die, your allies, I think. So I don't really think it's possible, but it might be in some insane universe. You might actually be able to do it. Okay, I'm gonna have to bring this road around, connect this to my monument construction site. And I'm going to do squiggles, because squiggles are good. Squiggles mean that the people are gonna arrive there faster. I think there is a pacific, but you have to kill one guy in cutscene. Technically possible, yeah, technically, but how much sanity will you sacrifice for it? Yeah, it's like the pacifist usually revolves around running like a coward and sacrificing as many of your friends as possible in the process, just so they can do stuff because you cannot. It is a great challenge, however, it's not very good gameplay wise. I don't think it's not like fun, but different people have different opinions of fun things. So yeah, if somebody thinks that it's fun to I don't know, play platformers, which is just the worst heresy ever, yes, sure, they can do that because they think so, but it's not correct. So everybody can have an opinion, even if it's a very bad and incorrect and misguided opinion, like the example I just gave. Supplies of oil. Is the oil drying up? Not really. Maybe we could get... I just don't think it's that bad. It looks like the oil is always here. Why is it doing that? Yeah, actually blessings from other deities would be good. Let's get the series one. Wood consumption, and we're gonna place another grand temple. It's gonna be... Now we do Mercury, I think. Or Mars would be good as well, but not that great. I think it would be better served with Mercury. Speaking of special challenges, did you see when GeminiS tried Heretic Monotheistic City? Yes, I think he picked Venus because Venus allows you to actually survive a little bit. It is an actual absolute pain to play like this. I can actually appreciate that. I think it's actually one of the runs he did that I maybe cannot. Because I would be so frustrated by it. So much fun watching him play it. Watching him suffer. It's more like it, I think. It isn't in Augustus, yeah, right. Well, it makes sense, probably. It would be an absolute pain to play it in Augustus, I think. So, bathhouse, right? Yeah, let's give them a bathhouse. Let's give them a forum as well. Get all the nice things. I'm going to also trick them by giving them gardens, and they will think they have nice things, but in reality they will expand into them and then they will become palaces, and that's gonna make them stay like that. I'm still gonna have to pay for the garden, but gonna be good. So these guys. So, pottery. Pottery is looking really bad. I'm going to do a separate network to just get them some pottery from here. For workshops. Gonna be really bad in terms of looks. Connect it up. Oh, this is really bad. Like this crossroads is just, alright. Change of plans. Needs to be redesigned. I cannot have that. That would be too much, even for me. Let's get things here. Do we have the raw materials? Yes. Just get something like this going. I'm going to actually have to roadblock this tile as well. And make sure that this does not explode. This pottery is clearly a big problem for these guys. It's gonna get better, but need to make sure. Okay, what's these guys' problem? Library? I didn't give them one. Pretty sure I did. Apparently not. They should be good now, yeah. Getting into Grand Insulae. Apart from this guy. Salty about something. Yeah, it's growing. It's growing. Getting there. They want extra entertainment, no doubt. Yeah, we are bringing the marble over. It just takes absolute ages, but it's gonna get there eventually. Get another. Actually, this worker camp might be bad because it might spawn on the wrong side, which would cause a whole host of other issues. But I'm pretty sure I can just safely build here. Shouldn't be any innovations here. Architect. And another architect, and I'm gonna build another one if I can. Cannot build him there, really. But one can be there. It's gonna be a little far, but shouldn't really be that bad. So, how do they do? Rome pays less wages. Okay, so this author has done something that's a bit of an oopsie. You really shouldn't set wages to raise and lower at the same time, because it can happen, like between the two events, it can trigger 24 times in a single year, and that will absolutely drive me insane if that happens. So it's not only me, but it's a general consensus. You pick one and stick with it. Even you either make the game more difficult, or you want to make a special map in which the lowering of the wages actually makes sense. In which case, like something, you could sell only marble for like 60 denarii or something. In that case, that might actually make sense. But in a regular map, especially this one, I'm struggling to see the point of it. I hope it doesn't trigger too often, because that's gonna gobble up sometime, just going to the tab and switching the... Okay, yes, there you go. So what does this guy want? Bathhouse access. Why does he not have it? I could maybe shift him. I think he would get it if he was living here. Might be that it's slightly too large. The loop. I also think we are missing something. Yeah, gladiator school and actor scholar. And actually a lion pet. So let's get them these things. Actors. Lions. Need a lion mine and let's connect it up. Like that. It's gonna be fine. Now we should watch them skyrocket. Hopefully. Wrath of Mars. Okay, gods are a little bit pissed. Mars is displeased. Because he doesn't have a grand temple, alright? Well, it's either miracles or... what do I want to say? It's either miracles or Lararii, so... You pick which one. I think I'd like to get oracles, but I need to get a good place to build them on. This is all connected, so we could have some here. Lovely space for them. Just a mint stone industry. Gonna take Mars so far back. That'll be good. So what do they want? Health? Hospital. I deleted one, right? Yeah, that's why I was saving this. And people are getting sick. Where? I think it's actually because of the malice. Oh, these guys died. I'm pretty sure they have a clinic, right? They do. I'm going to have to give them a hospital, I think. If I don't want them to explode. They will hate it though, they don't like the hospital. And oh, this was a big fumigation. Okay, let's wait until the ruins burn down. I haven't had a fumigation in quite a while. Especially not in Grand Insulae, of all things. With full clinic access, full bathhouse access. Full barber access. Full access of all things. But the game still says no. Okay. We'll deal with it. It's a temporary setback. Now we have the freaking hospitals, they should be fine. Okay, let's add the houses. Should really evolve very quickly to their state they are supposed to be on. Okay, they want to get things. I'm going to give them things, and can we get things by land? Not really. Open Rome. I'm going to set wine to be imported. Alright, yeah, but we need a dock. I'm going to sell them our own wine? No, I'm just going to do a dock for reasons. These are very good reasons, and the reasons being that patricians will be tricked into thinking we are actually importing in something, but in reality we are really just rebottling our own stuff. There's a finest Cyprian wine. Did I just open a different trade route? Yeah, they are buying wine. Such a dumbass. Okay. Import it, just one piece. Thank you. The big stuff we want to see. Now we want this hippodrome to be done, and it's almost done actually. Perfect. Let's take a look at our housing advisor. Looks like we can fit quite a few people in the city still. Might have to figure out how to employ them though. And also these palaces are gonna accommodate a lot of people eventually. How are we doing on the Grand Temple construction? That's what I want to know. Of course it's done, okay. I don't even notice these things pop up because we have so much marble. Priests reduce pottery and furniture consumption. Priests reduce oil and wine consumption. I think pottery is just generally better because more houses get it, right? Usually. Not here though. Maybe the insula, yeah, it's gonna benefit the blood blocks a little more. Another Grand Temple. Which one do we miss? Mars. Let's do it. He's been a little cheesed off. He deserves his massive temple as well. Actually, I haven't had Mercury Grand Temple in a while, I think. Might need another blood block, but I want to see how many people I can fit into these palaces. Still need some stuff. It came up. What was that? Armine case then, okay. Also worried it was a native uprising or something. Really wouldn't be very good. Also, I think it would be good if we get a whole bunch of mausoleums, because mausoleums actually give you health benefits to your city, so that would be neat. And I'm going to build Pantheon, I think, for these guys. But I cannot reach it through the middle tiles, so probably not. Yeah, I don't want to fiddle around with this too much, I don't think. I could remove the small temples, but not really a point, I don't think. Immediately they constructed 2 phases of the Mars temple. They're just ecstatic to grab something and fetch it to the construction sites. Which means I'm gonna build the... Pantheon needs to go somewhere useless most likely. It hurts a little bit, but it'll be fine. Got a 10,000 population. Yeah, I'm gonna just fit it here. Somewhere. Fine. It will be done soon. Never actually had to increase our tax rate. More wages. I might have to address that actually. Yeah, it's 40. Let's do that. I will probably need another blood block. Yeah, most likely this is not gonna be enough. 12,000. It's gonna increase it by a little bit, but it's not gonna be a lot. I could fit a block here, and this is safe. I know that for a fact because we already cleared that area up to the edge. It's fairly close to other resources, I think. Gonna keep like 3 tiles from the side. So how long do we have these blocks? I would need to build a road somewhere where there is actually... Okay. 49. Yeah, it's not getting that. So we have how many houses? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. On the row, and on the inner one. Yeah, it's actually the inner one. No, this is the inner one. 6, 9, 11. Alright. Let's start by placing some. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think that's really the limit. And we'll have to get some extra ones on this side. These are going to have to be fed by getting granaries again. We are gonna set up our 1x1 stuff here again. Which also means goods along here. Mars and Venus. Sorry for that, I misclicked. Venus. And yeah, I think we could actually start to expand this immediately. But I'm gonna want to make sure that I can actually water it. This is fine. The only problem being that my reservoir needs to be here. The aqueduct is gonna be a little bit hideous. Gonna keep an access point there and there. Right, let's start setting up our food. Probably gonna be safe to get 6 of these again. But 4 might be enough, but I don't believe it. So we shouldn't really risk it, I don't think. Should have plenty of surplus to just make sure it always has enough. It's connected. Right, it's gonna have to be split down the middle. Warehouses. Make sure that's a roadblock. That's a roadblock. Start fetching all the things. 24 is fine. Let's not allow traders. Same with this is gonna be pottery. This is gonna be oil. No, it is already a furniture. Oil. There. 24 should be plenty. Food wise, gonna have to set these up as well. Fish, sure. Grain. Fish. Grain. Fish. Now let's wait until they move in. Podrum should be done in a second. It's gonna gobble up a lot of labor, so might actually end up being good. We are building this. Okay, those are all of them. I'm gonna have to wait until they move in so we can water them. Come on, build the freaking hippodrome. I mean, they are building all the things. That would be mean to them. Let's do that request. I think I might do the wine because I can. Accept it. But requesting anything on above 32 is just a massive nope. Shouldn't do it. Ever. Guys, some gardens. And that you. Gotta start slapping down services as well now. Gonna do markets. These can go here. There are 3 of them, that should be plenty. Give them a hospital as well, because otherwise they will die. No, just go away. Library... plaza. What was that? Emperor's Gratitude, Imperial Dispatches, Radio, Rome Placeless Pages. Just send the wine. And what else do we want? Amphitheater. There. Gonna do an actor's colony. Gladiator school. It's gonna be it. Forum as well. Nobody escapes taxes, even if I don't need the money at all. And gonna have to go with a statue. I think these markets are gonna be a little bit annoying for this guy. Yeah, I think they are missing a bathhouse, you are right. Where is it? Bathhouse. There. No more access. I think I'd like to move this workshop actually. Pottery. Yeah, this is all annoying. It's because of the aqueduct. I could have made it different way, but alas, it's here, so I'm gonna have to just deal with it. I already knew it was going to be absolute pain. Let's get an equestrian statue there. Let's get a legionary statue there. Let's get another one here. Get a goddess, a senator statue there and there. They will want pottery, that's the main thing, I think. Yeah, this warehouse actually needs tile to get the pottery. Should get it pretty quick, because it's there. Unless it's gonna go across, which is also fine, I guess. But furniture, I think that's quite dangerous. I'm gonna do another timber yard here. Be fine to stretch this, really. Cannot really run out, that would be bad. Incredibly bad. Now they should be able to get it. So, did we complete the Hippodrome? Nah, it's the last stage. It's gonna take ages. Usually it does. Monument is completed. Yay, is it? Is it the thing? Yes. So now the palaces should evolve. Yeah, and they don't even need a chariot maker, but I'm gonna give it to them anyway. This guy actually doesn't really like where he lives, so we might be able to trick him. Those statues. Yeah, he liked that. No, never. Never. It's RNG. RNG is bad for your life. And these guys already complain about desirability. I'm going to do statues in the middle, I think. Whenever I can. That might reach them. Sorry. No. It's RNG. RNG is always bad. I'm not gonna justify its existence. I don't think it should be a thing. I mean, it's extra stuff in Caesar, yeah, that's great, but it's also RNG, so I'm not gonna use it ever. How much money do we even have on our personal account? 1536 schmeckles. I think I'm gonna save it. I might give Caesar some stuff, but I think we could do it with requests pretty easily. Let's get Maris's epithet. Double that amount. Yeah, I could set my... Yeah, why don't we actually pay ourselves this incredibly decadent salary of Praetor? I'm used to freaking cleric. Okay, let's do it. I'm not gonna do the 60 because I would lose 2 favor per year, but I'm willing to embezzle some money from the city since it doesn't seem like we can spend it at all. And in terms of population space, let's take a look at it. Yeah, we are over. It's just gonna take a little while. Let's also take a look at our... We have 2 large insulae somewhere. Needs solving. Where are they? I think this is one. Yeah. Can we get something nice? I think we can get a statue right here. Should solve it. And where's the other one? I think it's here. Yeah, it hates where it lives. I could solve it with yet more statues instead of the gardens. Let's do it. Legionaries this time. Spaghetti. It's a bad one. Legionary or medium. Yep. And thus peace has been brought to the universe. 140 Grand Insulae and 14 luxury palaces. Could have ponds? Yeah, they could, since we have the Neptune's reservoirs. I don't think we should do it, but part of me thinks that we maybe should because things are nice. Nice things matter to some people. Where are they? Parks? Small pond, large ponds, small ponds, I think. And then these things. Gonna give them trees. Gonna give them, I think, pine trees. Let's just slap them down. Unfortunately, we cannot even see the animation because it's behind the insulae. Could actually keep more patricians here, but the road network is stretched as it is. Right, so it wants me to get 90 culture. Culture is hideous. It wants academies. I don't think academy can be evolved, but it actually is already, I think. We can try to give it extra stuff, but I don't think it's gonna work. I think we are going to have to just, you know, make that little block nobody wants to talk about. I think we are gonna do it here. This around. And yeah, let's get a prefect and an engineer. I think another prefect might be necessary there. And then the culture buildings actually do cost levy, I think. But we should still be fine to just be able to support it. Give them some Hawaiian plaza. Yeah, culture suddenly skyrocketed. I think I saw devolutions. Devolutions are scary. Looks like it might be the oil. Yeah, I think we need to add a little more. Just make sure we have always enough. unfortunately I don't really think... Yeah, I'm gonna just split this road network into two, that's fine. Don't really want to take my chances with the walkers. Slip them on the end here. I don't think we'll need this farmland for anything. Might even have gotten more, but I don't think that's necessary. Just need to wait a little bit. Yeah, we have some devolutions. It's gonna equal out eventually. I think we haven't built a Colosseum yet. And we actually don't have... Yeah, I don't think we have... What do you call it? Yeah, we have a bunch of crashes. But I don't think we have... Caravanserai or Lighthouse for that matter. Making stuff. It was too large for its own good. Dream is dead. Get the theaters back. So the oil is better, right? Maybe another farm. I think we only, like, the entire map, we only got attacked once and it was like by 6 natives or something. Some joke. And we could sell like a whole bunch more stuff, but it's not like it would give us anything meaningful. Pantheon is almost done. Oil should be solved soon, hopefully. Did manage to get more of it. Monument completed, blessing from series. Pantheon. Yeah, let's get that. You know, it's getting solved, I think. The oil is still a little shortage, maybe. So that I'm missing a little bit of population, a little bit of peace. Peace needs to be 100. Favor needs to be 75. Alright. Yeah. Crushing price change at this state of the game, stage of the game. Let it clay pit. Should have made modular area. Could use this opportunity, I think, but I don't really need to, so I'm really hard pressed to do it. But I haven't seen this beautiful sight in quite a while. Something from GeminiS, let's send him the fish. He's going to be grateful. And next we will need to wait for the peace. So this is basically the fastest way we can get it. The win, I think, because we couldn't have one sooner because of the peace. We didn't really lose any buildings, ever. I think I'm gonna drop a save just for good measure. No, it's called differently. There's Valentia, 15k, Bob. Don't remember the other part of this map's name. Fine. 89, no, he's not getting that. And he never got a gift from us. Caesar. Actually, I think this is the first time I ever saw a first request on a map being 36 pieces of something. And it was pottery of all things. I guess he really wanted us to go hard on pottery exports, and we did. I just think the author might have underestimated that you can actually, like, get the pottery here and then make insane money out of that way. So you don't have to at all deal with the caravans. Let me accept this glorious promotion to cleric. I think it is actually broken. It should say the appropriate rank. I gladly relinquish your points. Yeah, the win has been coming for a long time. I think I deserve it. Just one map that's not so crushing. Marasbana says, congrats, GG, thanks. Yeah, no problem. Always glad to hang out. Always glad to play some Caesar. And I think I'm going to play some Greedfall, but only after I get some food into my pie hole, because I'm totally furnished. So let's take a look if there is anybody else we can raid. Looks like Idicious is up with some Emperor, Rise of the Middle Kingdom. That's definitely a soul territory. Let's raid it. I was suffering immensely while playing that.
Thing explodes and you just are gonna have to rebuild it. That is literally the worst nightmare. Ugh. Like, imagine pouring 4K into your city only to have it collapse upon itself. Which we're gonna be seeing here in 0.5 seconds. I really did overbuild, oh boy. Oh crap, they're coming all the way from over... Okay, yeah, we're boned. Hey guys. Alright. Economic prosperity. Oh, that's nice. Come on, guys. Faster. Faster. I just need a few walkers out and then we're good to go. No, 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 no. Where are you going? Where are you going? Stop that. Stop that right the hell now. Okay, that's just a granary. It's not the end of the world, thankfully. Yeah, just lost the granary. That's okay. I'm 100% okay with that. Okay, so this is our initial setup. There's many ways I could have probably done this different. In hindsight, I'm kind of reflecting already for my next attempt, obviously. Yeah, maybe I should have built it a bit more down, centralized, but then this rock will have been in the way. I think building it here would have been ideal. Yeah, let's think about it. This is what we're settling for. Great. Anyways, let's get 2 hunter huts. They can already start doing the good jobs. The good works. The hunting and the grunting. I don't particularly like the circle, but let's not think about it. I'll fix it later. I'll fix it in post-process. Don't worry about it. And now it's time that we set up some farms. So, crucially speaking, I'm gonna need at least 4 different farms. 2 or 3 for food types and 1 for hemp. Though preferably I'd rather get 2 for hemps. So I think this area down here is perfect for a hemp farm. And yeah, we'll get some regular... One, 2, 3, and then another 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, so I think the real thing I should be worried about is being efficient during this mission. I'm not the most efficient person out there.